Let's go. Every time I enter the water, I am transformed, even if only temporarily. It is an amniotic head trip, a rebirth. Even as I stand next to moving water, something happens. I have heard it said that it is the movement of ions that creates a sensation of purification. I'm down with this, even if I don't know exactly what it means. To ride upon the surface of water is shorthand for our entire time spent upon this plane. It can be a watery bonsai equivalent to life in general, periods of focus and meditation punctuated by violence and tumult. But pierce the surface of water and you are thrust into uncertainty. Perhaps this is part of the attraction for me. I am out of my element, though it could be argued that I am returned to my most native state. Back to where my gills are intact and my fingertips are concealed by fins. Underwater, even with a mask, my peripheral vision is like a disc, the edges at which my imagination takes over. Beyond the apparent lurks the shark with dead eyes and prehistoric elegance. Tucked under subsurface ledges lurk creatures of a superior adaptation. Within crevices are attached long-spined urchins, the very image of defense. But between all this disadvantage exists weightlessness, movement, color, and the beauty of short-term aeration. The light of day is handily turned to turquoise, then to navy, then to deep darkness. Blue being the last of the spectrum to tell the tale of light.
That's really awesome. I think really awesome.
Adios. There you go.
Elementary school. I'm working on
Everywhere I look, I see evidence of water. Deep in the desert, I see it. And the evidence that sits under blue sky is just a fraction of the story. It is an exercise to visualize the chaos in the moment that erodes rock into polished curves. I've seen the bones of animals wedged into undercuts and slot canyons. It is evocative enough to sense the last suffering of a creature now long in the past. Once, I foolishly decided to slide over a waterfall into a pool in a river. As I banged my ass over the rocks, I realized the next moment might be more than I'd bargained for. The rush of water plunged me deep down into the pool. It was much deeper than I had originally thought. The current turned me over in circles for a moment. I began to panic and thought, well, this is stupid. I opened my eyes. The well-lit mirror of the surface was beautiful. There were bubbles everywhere and the rocks were dabbled in the movement of sunlight. I gave 2 tremendous movements in my arms and I felt the grip of the current release me and I rose to the surface. I remember that my friends looked concerned and I felt ridiculous. It was a gift, though, a life lesson that lets us know where the boundaries sit. I was swimming above the reef, trying to decipher all of the complexity below me. The wind was blowing south and producing current. Periodically, I looked above the surface to find my landmarks on shore. I was floating over a gap in the reef when a boulder broke free and began to swim north. It was not a boulder, but a tortoise. In the gap next to it where it had sat, there was another tortoise who judged me not to be a threat and stayed put. The tortoise that was swimming went in an arc around me, coming to the surface for a breath. I tried not to get too close, but in the current, my movement was not completely my own. We both resumed a southward drift, and as I watched the creature, it flew like a bird, and I thought about laying on my back in the snow, watching a raven flying about in a group of snags, singing a language that was only melody to me. In the water, I focus on the sound of my breathing and heartbeat as it pushes back against the weight all around me. A return, a rebirth.